When Elrond came home to Kingston, he met up with the others who were in a meeting room with E.G. He was showing them a plan of getting back to the city of Orkney. We came out of Glenorchy's tip with the woods, but Seamus Franklin doesn't want to go there. We'll try a less dirty spot with Kirby to Tala, said E.G. We'll take a bath first before we get back, said Miles. I had one myself. I don't see why we have to go to Tala. What are we doing there with what's to do with getting home? Asked Franklin. Lightning told me George would use a shortcut to get home to America, Franklin, but we have to take Hoop virus, said E.G. I didn't, said Elrond, so I might as well. There's no car wash in West Avenue. Dude, like, can we have clean petrol before leaving? Asked Johnny. Oh, yes. I've gone ahead. The fastest with the tap, said E.G. Yes, I have. Any car that comes from different countries have to keep their tanks clean. It can't be allowed a virus trying to get into America, said the Professor. Now then, let's have the wise car tell us about why dirty petrol isn't allowed in other countries. Franklin, surprised at this, leaving Hoop and Tell, began his talking of the rule. Many vehicles have to be wise with taking clean fuel instead of the dirty one. Dirty fuels, hot as well, can create a fog of black smoke, choking anything. In the Hoopties, the Hoop dirty object rules were never thought of. Till today, people travelling on hoops and planes have to keep bags clean and engines to look good as well, so as to not take rats aboard. To E.T.'s quick travel, it's different. Taking a walk and petrol could be crazy but wise. That happened as they left the city of Orkney, and I took a boat. We fill up our tanks when we get to Tala, draining them out into another vehicle. Yes, thank you, E.G. So, let's be careful with what we do in life. Okay, so I'll work to head home with driving to Tala, but let's not forget that we all have to do show and tell. I hope my teacher, by the way, and there's a lot to tell her of the abroad trip. When he finished the meeting, and when Elrond had a wash to have himself clean, we were ready for home. E.G. was to lead the way. Elrond quietly called He just got back from much travel, but he didn't want to spoil the journey. One by one, the cars began the drive to Tulla. Look out for the top line on the hill. We Georges had quite a few frights, Ichi said. You should look where you're going too, if you want to avoid a tree strike, said Franklin. Oh yeah, I moved to Queenstown myself. We went through Hoopbar, turning to the left, past the river bridge, and through a suburb called Volkswagens. This suburb has a museum for vintage cars, Elrod. It's called Vineyard, and it's got one of your kinds that are not Austin Sevens, said Ichi, as we drove on into the country. Oh, I haven't seen it, Ichi. I remember Lizard I saw has a Model T. That's a center door car, said Elrod. All of a sudden, a black engine was steaming beside the suburb village. He came running towards the crossing, heading straight for Ichi. Yikes! Cried Ichi in shock. No! Went with George, slamming on his brakes, but hit a twig on the line and came off. Oh, you all right? Said Ichi, concerned. Oh, I think so, said George. Yes, I'm all right. But what were you doing, driving almost across the crossing? Crossing with your way, not catching mine? I've never seen a crossing in my life, except I didn't think to let you go, said Ichi. You best help him on the line, Ichi. You make the mess, you clean it up, said Franklin. So Ichi did. There you are, you can get hoop. Thank you. Where are you heading, by the way? We're heading to Tulla. We want to find a quick way to get to the city of Orkney. You can take the tunnel in the woods, but maybe you should make up for your mistake with looking in my railway. Ichi thought for a minute. I think a tour would be best to take before leaving. The cars went on their way. So after many kilometers, it came to the hill and Queenstown. They parked in the suburb before driving on to Tulla. So far, the journey hadn't been so bad. It's 9 o'clock, guys. Can't be far to the shortcut. There was one thing Nietzsche forgot about. The officers on duty. And he hoped his time was to beat school. That was why we left home at night. I hope to tell my teacher of what we learned. I'm too young to take a blame, said E.T. Just keep the shortcut passages a secret. Any school doesn't know them, said Izzy. Tell them your project, but ignore the how you got a question. Or see you took a ship or plane, said Miles. Well, that's what I can get my gut stronger for, said E.T. Having thought it, the car went on. Just before we left the bottom village, the car sped out to find what we can take back. Suddenly, the cold breeze changes, and there is a scent of fur from where they left. E.T., is that who you and Izzy stopped? Asked Derrick. Yes, it is, Derrick. You'd better leave before he avenges one of us, such as me, said E.T. Are you well enough to run, Franklin? I don't think we're fast enough to outrun him, E.T. Oh, it's like the warp times. We'll have to force the bulldozer off the road. All the cars who came together heard the noise too, and thought the same thing. E.T. decided we had to make a trap. Guys, if we want to get Hoop in one piece, we'll have to give him a bang with rocks and oil. Elrod, you had some oil leaks, Hoop. You'll have to be pulled from Derrick. Then, when we get to the hilly woodland, you'll drop it onto the roof, so the bulldozer can slip on it. Izzy, you told the phone call on the police to tell them we're laying a trap. And Franklin, seeing as you have experience from your time in the war, you have to be the recorder. It sounds dangerous, E.T. What will you do? I'll get a stool to put in his treadwheels again. The oil's sticky when it dries up, so he'll not move, even when he tries to struggle out of the trap. Well, we better do as the plan says. But there was one small problem. Neither of them wanted to get seen till they had courtesy. Like yuck, E.T. Johnny pushed me into this cut grass. It wasn't my fault, dude. I tripped on this stool, and that was why I pushed you in it, said Johnny. Never mind whose fault it is, Tool. Where did you find this cut grass? Asked Professor. And you may realize we'll need a water gun before we take clean fuel. Yeah, we do. Anyway, we found a tip nearby. It's got what we fell in, stacks of it. See, an idea. When we follow the young cars to the tip, we follow the grass dumped 3 days ago. What was Ichi thinking? Franklin, this may look silly, but it's all hoop. Do you hoop what Ichi did? He wallowed in the cut grass till he was green all over. Ichi, what on earth are you doing? Asked William. Hey, look! I'm a jungle car. Wallow in the grass and I'll be jungle cars. Well, I'll be poop, Ichi. That is an idea. We all tried. So they all covered themselves, even Elrod. Oh, then, Franklin, you better get green too. I suppose so. So, they were all green as buses, and one by one, with each leading, they started driving to Tala. The bulldozer came into Queenstown and was looking in every part, but he was not a rule. He had a van that was on the hunt. They didn't purchase some green buses they thought were put about. So far so good. Is everyone here? Said Ichi. We are, said Miles. That bulldozer gives me the jumps. Let's keep going. He's coming this way. Huh? A van? I didn't know he had fence. You better think again, Ichi. Maybe we can let them crash into each other, said Johnny. Yes. We'll drop the oil, who knew, if they split up to try and nudge us off the hoop. Come on, keep going. Having changed the trap plan, the cars set off, but the grass till the shock suddenly pulled off. Panicked, they sped like lightning. The bulldozer looked up, realizing he was tricked. Oi! 12 slick! 12 slick! Oh, what, boss? The cars, they're getting away. After them. The cars were away from the suburb, safe for a while. They could hopefully think of stopping their chases so they could get home in one piece. Izzy made a call, told the police, on they went. I've done the call. They'll get chased from the bottom village. Nice one, Izzy. All you're doing, Franklin, not too bad. Same from all of us. Ichi, there's a bulldozer. David, give us a poof pull. You got it. I'll soon get your scrap. Oh, a bridge! I'm not giving up that easily. Easy, look. That's me George walk. What's all this noise? Oh, my engine's boiling again. Easy, brother, and he's boiling hot. I'll give him some well, you better pull Rupert, lad. What? A steam cattle like you? Start me for? I want me scarf scratched, so I'm not pulling Rupert to stop. Well, this is law breaking. You're speeding Rupert the limit. And you're getting me even more boiled. You better keep out of the way. Oh, yeah? Well, let's see who regrets first. Hey, Georgie, what are you doing here? This is a teacher's chase. That poor trooper's mad. He's got a hot engine. We'll let him get his punishment. Right? Oh, you've got that van I'm to do with. There's his friend. There you are. I'm gonna get you off the drive. You think, mate? Well, we've got a present for you. A cut on the big pedal. Oh, it's humilious. What did you do? Oh, I've got the brakes. I can't stop. We've feet the brake forward of his, ready for the next part. Yes, we are. Oh! Drop the oil! Oh, I'm stuck. Boss! Oh! You idiot! Oh, done, everyone. What a war this has been. The tree and cars were glad to stop the chase. The old teller was too nice to be invited from a pair of bulldozer. A task was worth a lakh to take bow an unhealthy pork. At last, we came to tell her. It was a good thing we looked around. We had to get a bath. When we finished, the Georgie hoofed some engines who were moving. It was Paxton and Diesel who ran out. Ichi suggested we should drain his fuel from his tank to theirs. So did the others. The Elrod was the last car to not empty his tank as the diesels were full. The Georgie said Nicole another diesel could have it. You best get more big forward. We can't have who if the brakes not working, said the Georgie. Once Elrod had brake forward, the cars into the world. There was the tunnel waiting. Before we went through it, we had a plan talk. Remember we left the city for two at night, guys? Well, let's drive to our houses so as to sleep, as time's different here. It's morning, said Ichi. With our headlights off, as usual, said Izzy. Yeah, that's the option, but when driving, we have to keep an eye out for my teacher. She can't be a surprise yet. One by one, we went through the tunnel, and, as we expected, found we were back in the world of the past shop. It was dark, and with the streetlights helping them, we were driving to the houses. It was school time, and Ichi was ready to do his show and tell. His friends were there, but they all remembered that quick shortcut was a secret. When class was up, we met the teacher. We've got quite a few letters from Australia, so Ichi to tell us what he learned from the country, said he. We've been learning important history from Tasmania when we visited Hobart. One was like old Herbie at the wars. Next, the prison castle located in Port Harbour and Swooping Maine. They used to be completed till today. They're just rules for anyone to tour. People in convict days were less fortunate, as bosses in charge have been called, pushing them roughly, which creates hatred and bad twists. Whips were used till 1900s. They were illegal. Anyone fighting for everyone's country would come to a sacrifice when it comes to stopping poor bad cars and people who live in a fold bowl. Any bad country wouldn't be the same. They would have fates. All countries are good. They have what we are thankful. A school, shops of food, and one library. Things you want. When you want to help others, it gets you moving on. Now, the last history I found, it starts in Tulla with an engine named Wee George Ward. He showed us his shed he lives in and showed us his times in his young days in the Ruby war times, which I mentioned from when I talked about castle wars. This is a sad thing. He lost a sister that gave her parts to him, which he's never seen for years to come. It's not nice to talk about, but he considered himself lucky. He still runs today. and the tutelage of steam still lives on. So that's what I like to learn of, things in life. Everyone went silent when he finished. That was some show and tell, E.G. Franklin must have inspired you to do all for learning, said the teacher. Of course, sir. I did see it's a surprise. For the rest of the day, E.G., when he finished his class, went driving toward the Volkswagen school, just to take his mind off far country driving. Then he went driving to his house. I got this prize for doing the best show and tell, a best school traveller diploma. My friends will get a surprise. He met the others at the beach. Who, E.G.? What's that you got, said Professor. A diploma for best school traveller. I never thought of getting one, said E.G. But did he ask you about your secret quick shortcut? Asked Franklin. These days we take the ship. He didn't, Franklin. Telling anyone about it can give you a cuckoo. Who will ask me how? The world, your secret is the shop we went to is enchanted. We'll keep it safe and low, said Izzy. Let's see where you put it. Ichi took them his cupboard in his house. He had many other letters from the school. To their surprise, Mr. Poopman was the final piece to add to his record collection. You've got quite a lot, which is not bigger than candies. It's what every good car would have, said Franklin. If Hooper with Georgia would visit to see how well it's gone, said E.G. It'll be a number of months till we can visit another country, such as Australia. Much later in the time of life, said Derby. E.G. thought about his visits to Tasmania, learning history of war times with a statue, swooping mead, castle, woods, Port Arthur, a roof of all with Georgia wood. Then he went to sleep in his place, waiting to see what the next day would be.